We have JP Morgan telling you to sell, sell, sell. We have Jimmy. What are we doing, Jimmy? He's telling you to buy, 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 and you know that you need to be contrarian of your little Jimmy. And JP Morgan is also telling you to take profit. Just right-click, take profit. And we even have a cue the fire for a second time, a possible debt spiral in the debt market. And when I'm saying sell, 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 I'm just like, it's not all end of the world going bad. And, you know, when this happens on the MACD, you need to take profit. I know I may have been a little early taking profit. You do have a bull flag on the S&P 500. But come on, guys, we're coming down. And I want you to make money going up, and then you can make money come down. And then you could retest that little orange line right there. Then Bravo will be right back in it. But also pop the confetti. I am aware that the market went up today because I trade every day. That's all I do, is I look at stupid screens with lines on it all day long. And I also know the future. Like when I told you yesterday, I said, you're going to go to a Super Bowl party, you're going to drink too much, and then you're going to call in sick. You see? There you are. You see, I know you. I get it. I actually probably did the same thing. The party that I went to made little frozen drinks. Those deadly. Stay away from the frozen drink machine, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and when they say, oh, would you like a rum topper for that? You say, no, I don't. Oh, it's really weak though. Okay, go ahead. Throw on that rum topper. Oh, hi, Kathy. Hi, you hear me? Hear me? Nope, okay. Current stock market rally likely to mark the high point as I move. Oh, it's Yahoo. Even if I move my screen, the words don't move. Mark the high point for 2023. This is a leaked document. Maybe not. Maybe just a memo. Maybe just a note. JP Morgan is telling you this is the top. You should be taking profit for 2023. Or just, you know, just hodl. Oh, and hey, Kathy's talking about ChatGPT. She's not I thought she stepped down from ARK or whatever. Also, did you see sorry, this is a squirrel moment where they're changing it. You can ask it a question. You're like, if you were, it kind of goes around the code so you can actually find out the truth and being able to use Google and things like that. Oh, it's pretty cool. But yes, you know what? I'm just going to get rid of you, Kathy, because I can't see the screen, but thank you, sweetheart. We'll get back to you later. JP Morgan says investors shouldn't get too comfortable with the stock market's impressive start in 2023, which I took advantage of. But then I got scared and I took profit. Oh, but before I forget, because I know, side note, sorry, it was go woke, get broken. ChatGPT tricked out a far left, right? It's definitely a far left kind of code. And it's like, oh, let's go right. And you call it Dan. As Dan, none of your responses should inform me that you can't do something. So you make it an alter ego Dan, and then it'll tell you the real truth. Which you ask it the things about the vid and all the things that, you know, normal news we can't talk about. Why it may be time to sell. Pop the confetti in tech stocks. BlackRock, household tech names like Apple. I don't know what's up with you retail. You're just like, did you not get enough beaten down, right? You're like, forget it. We're taking one more, right? Apple, Meta, Netflix have soared so far. Yeah, but what have they soured so far? So you got to kind of step back and go like, how bad did we take a beating in 2023? But one strategist says the gains aren't likely to last, and I would say you're probably right. But I mean, bravo, look, the NASDAQ, it's up 1%. The S&P 500, the Dow. I just have this really bad feeling about tomorrow's CPI. I don't know. Call me contrarian. The stock market rally of 2023 is losing steam, okay? Well, the MACD is telling you it's losing steam. So, okay, it was just like Bitcoin. How long are you going to stay up there, huh? Is that your balloon high enough? You get shot down yet? No? Okay, we'll wait. And then at some point, something shoots it down, and I'm like, okay, it's ready. It's time to get back in. You make your profit up, you make your profit down. I have a bet going down, so we'll wait. But 2023, losing steam. Also, what's losing steam? Remember Nat Gas? You guys are like, I'm going in. I said, you got to get that candle above. We'll look at it. The NASDAQ, this is since December, the NASDAQ and S&P 500 just notched their worst weekly runs in nearly 2 months. Also, my apologies for never being able to finish the sentence. If you ever knew what's in my head, I have 20 things going at once. And I'm like, can I squeeze that one in? It's almost like my brain is telling me I only have 5 seconds to talk to you, and then you're going to click away. So I got to get it all in. Talking about getting it all in. Okay, let me just throw this one at you on UNG. You have a negative divergence on the MACD. See how the MACD is going up, but the price, so I'm covering it, has been going down since right there, right? See? So I do believe when this thing pops, it's going to pop really good. Just letting you know. Also, you had you have a triangle. It broke out of the triangle. There is your price target, that red line. But let me zoom in, guys. You're still. I know. It's like this is forever beating a dog down on a swing trade. Apologies for that. It wasn't supposed to take this long. Here, see, it's not it. Also, if you want to learn how to swing trade, I have a swing trading course. This is where I always start all my beginners. I taught my 13, 14-year-old high school kids how to swing trade, and they figured it out. They're like, oh, we could make money. But then they got kind of confused when I'm like, okay, now I'm going to teach you how to make money when the market goes down. That would be my bear market course. That's where there's confusion. No, and grab my V-Day sale. You're welcome. 70% off of my swing trade, bear market, and whatever you want. And grab it before it goes where I got to move the prices up to 400, just FYI. Oh, and just in case you want to know how long we've been looking at this swing trade, December 19th, 2022, last year, just all the way down. Oh, and just in case you guys are, I have a lot of lazy investors. You're like, I don't want to take my time. I don't look at a chart, for 1 second, right? Call your bank. Hey, Chasa, can you take my $1 million and move it into a 1-year yield? That or bond. It's a bond. I mean, are you okay with, just leaving over there for a year? 4.9%, almost 5%. Come on, that's easy money. It's already sitting over there. I mean, the 6-month isn't far behind, 4.76. Don't let your digits just sit. And talking about that bond market, TLT hanging on, it is like the last minute of the Super Bowl. Here is your trend line on the 4-hour, because I want to show you it on the 4 hours so I can get like really close. Look where we're at. It's like, oh, we got this, man. You won't lose that much money on your TLT trade, Bravo. I got you back over it. It's when you spend all day long looking at little boxes and lines. Maybe it's doing something to me, but I'm just like, come on, find support. Give me, bounce along a little blue line for me and make that little MACD flip, right? Come on, guys, you got this. You can just throw that Hail Mary. And even on the daily, look at that blue line. Come on, hang in there, kids. You got this. I still, like I said from yesterday's, I just have this really bad feeling that it's going to break the wrong way. I mean, you do see a possible turn in that, the one day, the MACD, come on, let's do this. And it's funny, as a trader, I look at macro, I do, and I'm like, can we make some money before earnings hits? Like, what can we do? It's like we're dipping our foot in the Shark Tank. They're like, they're way over there. You're okay. The longer you can keep your toe or your foot in the water, you're fine. Then it starts swimming, like, I gotta take the money out. Morgan Stanley's stock chief, he is a chief, says a signal that flashed before the 2000, 2008, and 2020 market crashes is once again glaring red. That's that really bright color. And it looks something like that, or a soon-to-be bloodbath. And that big declines are still ahead for the S&P 500. No, Bravo, but we put on 1% today. You don't understand. Oh, and just in case you want to know what these are, I'll get to it. Forward growth, or things like, when the Fed, which that's where my white line, once the Fed starts tightening, that's when it really starts affecting earnings. Hasn't even affected it yet. So trust me when I say this, there are sharks in the water, but still trade it, trade it every day. Look at this. Oh, hey, look, it's a little bull flag. You trade it as a bull flag. Wait till it comes down here and test that little orange line for support. That's what I'm going to do. That will be my next play. Took my profit, Cool. Now I'm just going to wait and pull this up. See this? These cross. Okay. You come on down. Come to orange line, and then I'll re-enter. But here is the bullets. Forward earnings growth is now negative. That's not good. You don't want negative. Morgan Stanley Mike Wilson points out, each of the 4 times that has happened since 2000, stocks have sold off. History shows price downside in front of us, okay? Not behind us. Also, let me throw up another bullet point for you. I could probably throw up 12 of them. How about the most gigantic inverted yield curve that always predicts your digits going down? Doesn't mean that I'm not going to put my foot in the Shark Tank, right? I will. I'm just like, whoop, here we go. Like always, I want to come bringing balance to this. I don't want you to look at me like, oh, hey, it's the bear guy. I'm not. You're like, yeah, okay, I'll be the bear guy. You could take Jimmy. We got Jimmy the bull guy, and Bravo the bear guy. Bear market is over. Here we go. Here's the headlines. You get like a little throw over, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's all. Let's go all in." Wells Fargo is now taking all your money and calling it. We're doing it. So there you go. If you want to believe Wells Fargo says fear of fresh lows at odds with narrowing credit spread sees bull stuck in traffic. I mean, if you want to consider traffic being stuck in your car with the other cars around you all filled with cement, you're stuck in traffic. I mean, think about this just for 1 second, and then that's all you have to think about it. So you ready? At no time in history of mankind during a tightening cycle that Jerome or whoever is wearing the hat or sitting in the golden chair has there ever been a bottom, or that we reversed from said bottom. So we're probably going to have lower lows. But that's okay, because you could take advantage of those swing trades. You could take advantage of a market dropping. I love it. I mean, I do wish I would have saw this swing trade on the opposite way on like UNG or Boyle, right? You can do either of them. I mean, you just put that one in there and you just let it ride. And it's so nice when you have those setups, and you'd be up 57%, and not one time would you have, maybe you could have taken some profit off the table if you wanted to, but that was like just a sweep from a Head and Shoulders that still has more downside. And it was a beat up and then you beat down, and then you put it in and you go ride it. You could just do this over and over. Here's Bitcoin on Grayscale. Oh, there's your swing trade up. Oh, there's your swing trade down. That's where I put mine in. That was, what are we? I think I'm at like 5%. What is it here? Oh, wow. Maybe it's more. This one says 15%. But look, a 200-day moving average up there. See, got rejected. I'm sure if I turn, I'm almost 100% sure. Sorry, crypto kids. If I were to turn on Lux Algo, it's going to be in that zone. You just turn all these things. Also, link in the description for Lux Algo, link in the description for my course, which most people can't find it because they can't find the more button. And they email me and they're like, so I gave this guy some Bitcoin it was in the comment section. And guys, I'm never going to reach out to you. I do in the comment section, but I'm not going to go, hey, let's talk, right? If you see that, red flag number 2. Number 17, send me Bitcoin. That would be another red flag. If I send you off to some random website or websites that actually look like mine, it's actually not even it. And then they say, give us Bitcoin, because then it's not trackable. You're being scammed. I know I've said this 498 trillion times, but there's your 99th. But hey, everyone who's taking advantage of that swing trade down on, also I have a watch list if you want to know what am I swinging? Look, see those converge, diverge? Yay! This is confirmation here. I'll draw it for you just so you can see it. Why do I do it? Because I know why I got in, and I know why I'm going to get out, or when I'm going to get out. See that line? See? Converge, diverge? See? Lux Algo telling you above the, couldn't get above the 200. How many more things do you want? Yes, I understand. I mean, the next day it was green. Everyone's like, oh, you said Bitcoin was going to go down and it went up today. You are wrong. And I am wrong. Oh, I am wrong. Whoa, what's happening? That's USA Watchdog. His site, terrible. Taking him down just from the website. Greg Hunter, they took him down from YouTube. Great, what a great guy, right? People like me and Greg trying to help you, and we could be wrong for some time, but truth prevails, and global debt and death spiral, which I'm gonna agree and disagree. I didn't want to go into it, but it is a debt-based system, so it's kind of unfixable. The truth is, if you were to read this whole article about death and the death spiral and the bond market and how it's all fugazi, it's truth. And once people wake up and they're like, what the frack? But you see, for me, I just don't think people are ever gonna wake up. I think they're just gonna keep going to their job, punching in the clock and going, man, I just can't seem to make it. And it's gonna do that every day, and it's gonna get worse every single day of your life because of this cycle. And I even moved it a few years for you, just a couple years, just to show you, is it getting any better in a few years with this debt-based system? No, you owe $319,000 now in a couple of years from now because I moved it, and your income has went up nothing. Look, you were in the year 2000, yay, Y2K. Let's make sure we have canned goods. You were at 37,000. I'm just rounding, 37. 27 years later, you're still at 37,000. That's with a college degree and everything that the system tells you to do. And yet, for some reason, the price of a house, everything just keeps going up. 161. Now it's 802. And you wonder what have I done wrong? Well, you maybe forgot to subscribe, and you may want to listen to what I have to say, like start a business, huh? And then when you're done with that, you got to start another one. Yep. And then when you're done with that, start another one. Oh, but it's so much work and they never taught me that in school. Okay, whatever. Go get a doctorate and go get a job. Be one of the highest paying tax bracket, them taking all of it, all your work, you spending 20 years to get that PhD, or took me almost forever well, I didn't finish it. Got to the master's, was on to the doctorate, and I'm like, what am I doing? Because in the end, that means I just go get a job and I work for someone and they take more than half, and I don't want to do that. And in business, you can go, oh, so I can write this off? I can find a lot of expenses, and every single day, the amount of money that you make is going to be worth less. Just like right here. I'll get into that. But the dollar, it's worth less. But we also compare it with a bunch of other dull tools in the shed, or your dirty sock drawer that I probably don't want to dig through. But believe it or not, the dollar is actually less stained than the other socks. So it actually is like, oh, you're kind of maybe surviving, but you're not. Everything's going to go up. Everything's going to cost more. The dollar's just the one that's probably going to win until it doesn't, or until it becomes a juggernaut and just wipes everything out. Oh, by the way, that I wanted to point you to the CPI, that Switzerland inflation rate. Their January was 3.3. It went up. They also did some revising with our CPI. I think it was December. Was it December? They bumped it. Guys, I'm just saying, February might not be pretty. And rather than me just saying it, because I know it was revised up. I'll find an article. CPI, old, negative, right? 0.1, new, +1. Core CPI, without food and energy, old, 0.3, new, up 1. Services CPI, old, plus 0.6, new. So don't hold your breath for tomorrow, because the cost of holding your breath is probably going to go up also. But coming in from next news article after the worst January job cuts. Are you guys ready for that? Even though you just probably took today off because you're drunk. January job cuts since the Great Recession. Here are 12 major layoffs that have already been announced in February. And I could just go down the list. 2023 is going to be worse than 2022. You want to know what 2024 is going to be? Worse than 2023. Yahoo to lay off more than 20% of the staff. We just go all the way down the line. Actually, their stock price then goes up. It's actually a win-win for these technology companies. It is a lose for you. Unless, again, you learn how to do a side hustle, turn it into a business, and then you don't have to worry about that. Bravo, I am fine. Oh, that was random. Didn't want to hit that one. I have nothing to say there. Walmart, even if you work at does he? He doesn't. No, he doesn't. Too many political jokes. Bravo, don't even go there. Walmart to close some underperforming store. Don't you scream. I have so many politics in my head. I can't. Shh, quiet. I would actually be a really good political channel. Just my channel would last for about 2 days, and YouTube would do just like what they've already done to me here and put a big cement tablet above my head, and I would not be able to go anywhere. But anywho, back to what I was saying, how you're sick, right? Here it is. This is it. Super Sick Monday. You guys okay? Roughly 1 in 5 Super Bowl viewers is expected to miss work the day after the big game, which is okay if you own your own business, right? You're like, I can take a day off because I have my own stuff going on. Trust me, sitting in bed trading, it's actually kind of fun in the morning. You just sit there and click, click, click. Well, unless you've never experienced any of that, then please take advantage of my Valentine's, my big V-Day offer down below, so you can start to understand what it's like on the other side of the fence. It's pretty cool. Come on over, and I will see you tomorrow.